to your reading for today, where we will be answering the question, what do people think of you? If you chose pile 1, you're in the right spot. Today we will be going over messages from meditation, pulling tarot, and also messages from the fishbowl. I wasn't planning on the fishbowl, but as I was setting up, it fell out and a ton of messages came out, so I felt inclined to include that as part of our video today. Also, I chose for you the garnet crystal, and these have been charged with solar energy. So jumping into your messages from meditation pile 1, I got for you King/Queen of the Castle. Okay, you're someone who has a very commanding presence, or otherwise that's what people think of you. Something is very regal or ornate about you. It could be a feature like your hair or a piece of jewelry, or it's just your energy. People think you have a very elevated position. I was also getting the image of like layered or bulky clothing, like how a king or queen layers like their clothing. You're perceived and thought of as someone that has very graceful movement, slow walking at times, though your movements actually mimic your energy. So if you're angry, then you may like pace or move a lot. You're perceived as someone with big dreams. I got the image of someone staring at the stars from a balcony. And people think of you as someone who is ushered into rooms or by vehicle by others. Your close friends have the vibe of trusted confidants, and people think that you possess something worthy of protection. People also think you show an interest in swords, dragons, towers, and I was getting castles, but specifically castle hallways. I'm not really sure why that was coming through so particular, but those are the messages that we received from meditation. Let's jump into the cards now. Also, I just got that you're someone who isn't afraid of indulging. I was just sipping my chai tea and it is very fresh. I mean, it's nearly too hot to drink, but it was like the perfect temp, 222 on my timer as I say this. And as I took that very hot sip and as I was setting it down, I was like, you know what? Let me get another sip. Like, I think you're someone who's perceived by others as someone who, you know, isn't afraid of like making themselves feel good, or like, you know, I just heard double dip, but it's not like people perceive it in a bad way. They're actually like, they want that for themselves. They want to be like that themselves. The name Kim was coming to me, so K-I-M, maybe initials or letters that are significant to you. 3 on my timer as I say that, or just literally the name Kim. I'm hearing too as I shuffle that people think that you mean business. Like, it's interesting because you're someone who's seen as someone who like indulges themselves in a good way, and you know, in like an aspirational way. People look at like your indulgence as something that they desire for themselves. So I don't mean that in a bad way. But I lost my train of thought there. We'll just see if that comes back. People find you to be a very empathetic figure. This card reads, I will provide emotional support and always try to understand you. People think, I just heard you lose yourself in others when it comes to like the emotional realm. You will, I just heard sacrifice yourself even for others, but it's like you've learned to do it in a way that doesn't destabilize your foundation. Okay, 4 on my timer as I say that. And 411 on my timer, as I bring this card into our reading, we have chaos. I'm a magnet for trouble. It's not my fault. I leave a trail of mayhem behind me. You know, I was hearing, as I said in your meditation, like, you have like I'm hearing like sacred anger, sacred rage. It's like, people see you, despite the empathy, it's like, you know, they don't see you as a pushover. That's kind of what's coming through. It's like, you're empathetic, but you're not a pushover. I'm also hearing you're not a people pleaser. And that's what this is. You know, I'm hearing you stand 10 toes down and you mean business. When it comes down to it, you don't budge on your integrity, your values, the things that you believe in and stand for. Okay, and this video might be a little bit longer because I just stopped my recording, which is kind of how I use my timer. So this pile might be a little bit longer, but that's totally okay. People see you as someone that has a lot of resource, okay? They see you as someone who can offer, like, resource, yes, but, like, material help and support, not just wisdom. Though I'm hearing you have a huge heart and people acknowledge that about you. I'm hearing like you have the capacity and the means to be helpful to others, but you only help others that you deem deserving of your help. So it's like you're selective about your resource, internally and externally. Ultimately, you are a safe space to others, but even so, all this, like what it is, you inspire envy in others, okay? And you know what? I'm actually going to keep those out of the reading because they were just bottom of the deck energy. But let's move into our next decks here. We have coming out here Chiron and Scorpio and Midheaven and Pisces. So people view you, when it comes to your public life, your reputation, and your career, you are seen and thought of as someone who is creative, spiritual even, and compassionate. When it comes to wounds and like how you heal, people view you and they think of you as someone that deals with power struggles, someone that's maybe dealt with the fear of being vulnerable, and someone that's maybe struggled with intensity issues. But you are viewed as someone who transforms, embraces depth, and you're viewed as someone who's like developing trust with yourself and others. I'm hearing you tight wire balance these things. 2:11 on my timer as I say that. You know, I was called earlier, even though I notated the 4-minute mark, to call out 4:11. And I feel like 4:11, 6:11, 2:11, 7:11, 9:11, these numbers with 11 on them are significant to you. Bottom of the deck energy, okay, we have Sun in Aquarius and North Node in Leo. You are meant to be center stage. You are meant to lead. And people think this about you. They think your life purpose and destiny is to express your creativity, to seek recognition and develop leadership, okay? And when it comes to how you view yourself, how others view you viewing yourself is in an innovative way, independent, humanitarian, intellectual. I think those are very like succinct ways to describe your energy, acute ways to describe your energy. I'm definitely getting to that people are viewing you as someone that is learning to take pause to nourish yourself. I'm hearing like you've been in a lot of battles and you have the strength and the stamina to just push forward wounded, but you're realizing there's no purpose to that. Like, I'm getting to, like, you're someone who, like, needs things to serve purpose. Like, you're a very purposeful person. I'm also hearing, like, you're a very traditional person, but I'm almost getting, like, you create your own tradition. So that's really interesting. And I have to note again, as we restart our video, as I said that, it's 4 minutes on the timer again, okay? So this is, like, something that's very foundational, and people view this as sort of, like, the basis of your reality. You're original in the ways that you forge normalcy for yourself. You don't look to others. I'm getting like the world is your muse and you pull information, yes, but inspiration from others, information from others, and from their experiences. And I'm getting to, you're the type to learn from others' mistakes. It's like you don't take a step and this is hard to describe, but I just got the vision of like you looking at footsteps in dirt, and like they're muddy footsteps, and it's like you can see you don't have to take the step right there because it's a muddy footstep. It's like where people have muddied or murkied up their life path, their person. You don't take those same steps. You go around. You forge a new path. We have creaking door and a ticking noise in the wall. You know, I'm getting that Edgar Allan Poe. I forget which of his pieces it is, but it has to do with ticking and eyes, and that's a really strange story, and something to do with ravens, I think. That story is coming through for you. It's like there was something about, you might have people that like spy on you, okay? Because in that story, I think there's a character that's like spying on his neighbor in his room, and like his neighbor is dead in this story, and he's fairly certain there's something to do with, I think he takes his eyes or something, but I almost feel like after this all happens, you know, it's like he believes he's seeing the eyes of his dead neighbor that he's taken. Okay, it's been a really long time since I've read the story, so I can't remember like the really what's happening in the story, but that story is coming through. It's like you instill paranoia in people, and let me think of how to put this. With this ticking noise in the wall, it's like there's things about you that people are able to, like, things about you that are apparent, but people can't place their finger on it. And so it drives their thoughts into like this obsessive, incessant pattern of awareness about you. It's like they can't drop this thing about you. I don't know exactly what that thing is. On the bottom of the deck, we have broken mirror. And, you know, earlier it was coming through that with your, like, amount of resourcefulness, some people might look at you as someone that, like, I'm getting the image of a 4-leaf clover. It's like you have some amount of, it's like the universe is on your side. It feels like luck to others, but, like, when people enter in this, like, paranoia, they get to where it's like the universe will also, it's almost like people think you have like demons working on your behalf as well. Like they're like, you have angels and demons working on your behalf. So it's like people get on your bad side, or they feel, you know, they find themselves in this paranoid position. They're worried about like what the other side of you is capable of, essentially. I'm getting to 8:08 on my timer as I say this. I'm getting to, I just heard like war drum. Okay, it's almost like when people position themselves in this like point of paranoia in regards to you, they start thinking of you in ways that, like, how I'm seeing it doesn't even match up with like your energy. Like, I was hearing they might start projecting like you're a control freak and stuff, but it's the fear that you would be a control freak and you would like possess your control upon them. Okay, interesting. I'm getting to, it's like people feel like they have no control when it comes to you. Like, it almost feels like they're possessed by like whatever rule you lay down. But we have coming out the new opportunity, Ace of Pentacles, a family member or friend presenting new financial or material possibilities. I'm hearing like you know how to connect people to things, even if it's just an intellectual, like a place within the mind. But it may be material things as well. It may be financial things as well. It may be social connections. But people think of you as someone that connects and has the ability to connect people to things. On the bottom of the deck, we have the balancing relative, 2 of Pentacles, a family member juggling multiple responsibilities and tasks. You're seen as someone, I heard, that has their eyes on the prize. People think of you as someone that is highly capable. People view you as someone who already possesses a lot of success, but also someone who is like a shooting star, a rising star, someone who's on the up and up. I'm hearing like you may go through tough times, but you don't stay depressed. Okay, you're seen as someone too that is tidy. You might come off as very tall to others, or people think that you're really tall. People see you too and think of you as a very mysterious and blessed figure. Okay, and it's interesting because all this coming out, and like some people do view you as cold, but I think really it's because those people are in competition with you. And as I said earlier, with all the success that you have found it to be productive to be selective. Okay, and the right people, your close confidants, they view you as someone who is very loving, someone who is very imaginative and playful, someone who balances the dark and the light within and around themselves. And they view you actually as someone who's very agreeable and someone who they find a lot of comfort in being around. Okay, you remind people of the purest parts of themselves, I'm hearing. Okay, I'm hearing too, you're light on your feet. You're quick to move. And I just heard quick to take action. It's like you don't hesitate. And just as I say that, we have Eight of Wands coming out. Okay, this is a card of action, Sagittarius energy. Okay, confidence, solar plexus energy. Okay, people view you as someone who's very exciting. Someone who has the potential to pull people into a whirlwind of a romance. Okay, someone that has a lot beneath them already, but maintains momentum for the future, moving forward. This card says think on your feet. I think we discussed that earlier. People look at you and think of you as a living, breathing example of hard work paying off. Okay, you're someone that like shows, I just heard like the proof is in the pudding. And I think you've learned to balance like impulsiveness. Okay, people don't view you as someone that's impulsive, despite like the speed at which you move. You're also seen as a very free figure. I heard free willing and dealing. And we're going to pull a message from this oracle deck, and we'll see what wants to come out from there. I'll read from the guidebook from that, and then we will pull messages from the fishbowl. I just heard too, you're someone, I was hearing first, you're someone who makes their bed, and I was getting the image of like, I'm sure it's throughout the army, but I was getting the image of like Marines making their beds. And I'm hearing though, you make the bed you sleep in. Okay, 1311 and 1313 on my timer as I say that. I was gonna say too, okay, it came through, karma is a friend of yours. You've made karma your friend. And then I was hearing Taylor Swift's lyric, karma is my boyfriend. On the bottom of the deck, though I'll keep shuffling, we have summoning power, instinct, intellect, control. From the oracle deck, we get the 35th card. Try to hold this up in a way you can view it easily. It reads, clairvoyance, inspiration, interpretation, and trust. The Oracle of Delphi gazes into her scrying bowl, patiently waiting for the images to take shape. She knows that a message is coming, so she remains peaceful and unafraid. There are 2 steps to her process, however. Once she receives the information, which often comes in the form of a riddle, she must interpret its meaning. This process applies to your intuitive experience as well. Whether you realize it or not, you do have the ability to receive important messages from Spirit. You also have the wisdom to make accurate interpretations. This card is telling you it's time to let go of old habits and open up to your own clairvoyant process. When I read, you also have the wisdom to make accurate interpretations, I was getting the image again of you staring at the stars from a balcony. Reading on though. Like the oracle with her scrying bowl, you might find it helpful to use specific tools and techniques. Perhaps you will be called to read oracle cards or pursue mediumship. Whatever form your intuitive process may take, let yourself be a trusting receiver, then take your time interpreting the message. It may seem complex at first, like you're putting the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle together, but if you relax and let go of the need to perform and the need to be right, soon the answers you seek will become clear. There is something you must know about your oracular, that was hard to say, powers. Your oracle powers, basically. There is no wrong seeing. Everything exists in energetic potential. As the energy changes, the outcomes you see will change as well. Be open to receiving and patient in your interpretations. Trust yourself. You are the oracle of your eternal life. The affirmation that comes with this card reads, more and more, I trust in my own intuitive process. I open to Spirit's guidance in understanding the messages I receive. That's amazing. So let's pull messages from the fishbowl now. And I just want to say real fast, because we had a message come out in relation to this, that while I was reading the Oracle book, my throat was getting exceptionally tired, and I actually had like my body felt like it was overheating suddenly. Okay, that message was coming through, but I wasn't sure how to relay it, so I just excluded it. But rest is really important, especially as you're getting involved in like your spiritual side of things, okay? Tapping into the 5D of life, okay? It can be really overwhelming, so make sure that as you get involved in that, to take the time to rest. Messages from the fishbowl, okay? And I was only gonna pull 5, but we pulled 6. We have spoiler alert. Okay. I'm getting like, you know, I'm getting, even though we've been discussing the ways that people think about you, I feel like this is messages from your spirit team schooling. Okay, you're going through like I'm hearing an upgrade at this point, at this moment, a lesson of some sort. I didn't know. We also have helping hand, and when I pick that up, I'm getting the image of like an angel extending its hand to you. Okay, and we have soul family here. I just heard they are arriving. And rest. This is something that you need to remember to do. But something I believe that you are already tapping into. So this is just a gentle reminder from your spirit, because it's easy to forget. But pile 1, we are going to leave your wonderful message off there for today. If you enjoyed that or it resonated at all, don't forget to leave a like, your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're a little shy or uncertain what to say, leave a crown emoji or a burning heart emoji or any emoji that you'd like. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Bye for now. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading, where we will be answering the question, what do people think of you? For your pile, I chose amethyst crystal, and these have been charged by the sun. Okay, so solar energy coming through. We have messages from meditation. We'll pull tarot and oracle and get some messages from my fishbowl. So moving into messages from meditation, I heard people think that you move like a butterfly and very quietly, very, very quietly. I heard stings like a bee. Okay, people are kind of worried, like, you know when like a bug lands on you and you may not be familiar with that bug and you're like worried about if it bites or stings, or like you don't know if it bites. People kind of have that vibe about you. Like, you're very beautiful and mesmerizing, but if you were to land on someone, they're like, they don't know about you and they don't understand, so they don't know what you're capable of, and that instills fear. Something about you is unobtainable or uncapturable. Okay, and I was getting people think that you are gentle and also fragile yourself. People also think you are creative. You have a fleeting energy that's rarely still. It's always in motion. It seems like you're on a fated path of sorts, or that's what people think. People think that you are very active during the day, though you go missing at night. It's like you have times when people are unable to account for your whereabouts. And it may be like even like long stretches of time. People think you're a lot like nature. Okay, I got the image of like a breeze on that's interesting. Glass blades. Okay, so there's something about you that's like, I did not write down glass. Something about you though, it's like you're fragile, but people are scared you cut them or bite them or sting them. That's interesting. But I got the image of breeze on grass blades. But 2, in all this gentleness, okay, I heard sacred rage. Okay, nature isn't only pleasing or pleasant. And I don't get the sense that you hold back sacred rage at this point, although maybe at one point you tried to only account for your gentleness. People are taken aback to meet the other sides of you, only to find that the whole of you is honorable. Okay, I'm getting like, it may take people aback to find out that you bite, you sting, you cut. But when they recognize your wholeness, they admire you. They're in awe. People think of you as a transient, though lucky figure for them. One who cleanses the path behind you. I'm hearing you wash things clear. You wash people clear. All right, let's move into our tarot cards now. I just got the image too of like a hammock swaying in the wind. You have very gentle movements, a gentle rhythm, and it instills like peace and calm in others. I'm getting to, you are very quick though fluid. Okay, I was hearing the word flutter, and it's like you can just fly away at like the drop of a hat. Okay, it's like if you're disturbed or if something is unsettling to you, you can quickly change. I'm hearing pace and location. It's like you are in tune, I'm getting, with your natural rhythms. People observe this about you. We have collaborate here. People want to work alongside you. This card reads, we are aligned in our purposes. Let's combine forces and help each other succeed. 415 on my timer as I say this, but it's like I'm getting, I don't know why this is coming through, specifically the image of a beaver for the other person. Okay, and it's like they have skills and you have skills, but they may be separate. But it's like I'm hearing like you have similar pace. It's like these people want to combine your pacing and your understanding of movement, but it's like they have a particular way of moving and you have a particular way of moving, and people want to combine these in a way that's beneficial as a whole. Like these things are powerful alone, and then they combine and make something even more greater than themselves singularly, is what I'm getting. But bottom of the deck though, we have meddler. So you need to be careful of people who are trying to get into that dynamic for the wrong reasons. Okay. As I'm shuffling this deck and asking like what people think about you, I get the energy of people having a lot to think about you. A lot to think about you. 525 on my timer as I say that. It's like they may have more than they're able to process stirring within them in thoughts. I'm getting like the image of a whirlpool. It's like these thoughts suck. It's like these people like drain their own energy trying to, oh wow, it's interesting. It's like they're trying to consume you, but they can barely chew the thought of you. And like they're just spinning their wheels, spinning their energy, trying to chew the thought of you. people, you're like undigestible. I'm getting if they were to eat your butterfly, it would taste very bitter, okay? Be very bad for them, and see, like, they would just reject it. Their system would reject it. So it's like, I'm getting like you're not for everybody, but a lot of people want to capture you and make you theirs. Okay, and as I say that, we have lone on the bottom of the deck. It's like you have something that is pleasurable to everybody. And some people, you know, some people, these meddler figures, you know, their best wishes would be to gaslight you out of your power so that they can obtain it for themselves. But I'm hearing like you're way beyond that. I just heard you should have caught me way sooner. I just heard too, like, people were hoping that these figures were hoping like you're a diamond in the rough. And I'm just hearing you be like, nope, just diamond. I literally love these cards coming out for you. Okay, we have Venus and Mars both in Capricorn. So when it comes to how you love, how you like the I'm hearing dynamism, but like the dynamics of your relationships with others. Others think of you as someone who's very practical, disciplined, loyal to the core. I'm hearing loyal to a T. I just heard you dot your I's and cross your T's. It's like you form unspoken contracts, and like when people break these contracts, they've broken trust. You're also seen as someone and thought of as someone who's very reserved, but I'm coming back to that like gentle energy of yours. People kind of want to, that's very violent. I'll just share, but people kind of want to, like, in all your fragility and trying to get you to stir about, they want to like pluck your wings off. I don't know why that's, you know, don't focus too much on that, because this is that meddler energy. Like, these are obviously like lower vibrational energies and entities. Focus on your grace and the people who acknowledge you like in your truth. But we have Mars, which deals with your energy, your drive, okay? Also in Capricorn. So people think of you when it comes to your energy and what drives you as, it's a disciplined drive. It's an ambitious drive. Okay, I'm hearing you have your sights set on the horizon. It's also a practical and responsible drive. You take the steps required to get to the places you're going. Okay. I'm hearing too, like, you have a strength because you've been fearful in the past and you've had to do things anyways. So, wow, kudos to you, pal, too. Okay, and bottom of the deck energy, we have Saturn in Aquarius. So when it comes to the way you meet challenges, the way you discipline yourself, people think of you as someone who's very innovative at creating solutions. Someone who's very independent. You stand alone. You're able to. You don't have to stand alone. If you do, you're doing it by choice, but you're able to. You're dependent, or you're independent. And when it comes to others, you're interdependent, not codependent. I'm getting I'm getting like that gaslight vibe with that dependence coming through. People want to instill your dependence upon them. Okay, but you're highly intellectual. All right. When it comes to challenges, you are highly intellectual. I'm hearing people cannot get one over on you. I just want to say too, pal, too, good for you. Okay. Good for you. You've positioned yourself in a way that is like, I'm just seeing like a bubble around this butterfly, like a soap bubble, you know, like bubbles we would blow. I'm imagining a butterfly within that bubble. It's like you have figured a way to protect your fragility. And even in the ways that you protect yourself, those are fragile. You're very beautiful, and like your fragility mesmerizes, captivates. There's something like fantastical about it. There's something magical and, you know, I want to say innocence, but it's not quite capturing it, but like magical is definitely the closest I can think of a word to capture that essence. We also have coming out for you, pal, too, Abandoned Doll, Handprint on Glass, and Music Box. Okay, and this is like a horror deck. You know, it's interesting. I love this music box and this abandoned doll coming out, because it's like you are a very beautiful figure. People think you're very beautiful. They think you're something that's very fragile, and it's interesting because I'm also getting you're something that too instills a lot of terror in others. Okay, I'm getting definitely siren vibes in the way that it's like, you know, I'm getting like a sailor would view this woman and think she would be a toy of his, only to find out that if he were to try to manipulate her anyway or anything, like, he's going to be made the toy of, or he's going to feel like a toy. He's going to feel toyed with, or like things went awry. It's interesting. It's like people who wish to meddle in your energy, wish to meddle with you, you end up reversing their own game on them. And it's not like, I'm getting like in the way that you just hold up a mirror to people. You're not really doing anything per se. And with this handprint on glass cards, you know, it's reminding me of like your fleeting nature. You are, something about you is like people can't grasp you. Okay, we have car headlights on the bottom of the deck. 12:21 on my timer. You know, it's making me think with your energy about people feeling like they don't know how to, it's like everything they know previous to you when it comes to people, it doesn't apply to you. You are an energy upon yourself, and like people don't know how to understand you then. They go blank, and in that way they feel like there's an impending danger. Oh goodness. People feel like, you know, the danger of you is that you are an unknown essence, essentially. 13 on my timer as I say this, and I just captured the energy of like, it doesn't matter how close people come to you. You're so unique upon yourself that people always feel separate from you. You always feel like an individual, no matter how like conjoined you become to another's energy and essence. I just, oof, man, oh goodness. I just got to, like, people begin to react viscerally to all these elements of you, okay? And it makes them want to respond sexually, okay? That's just what's coming through. Like, you interact with the senses of people, okay? I don't get that you're trying to do this, it's just the nature of you, but you interact with the senses of people, and then because of that, they feel very sensual towards you. Okay, and two, it makes them like fantasize. They start having like thoughts about, in that vein. Oof. Okay, this wanted to come out kind of separate to the prompt, but this message is wanting to reach you for some reason, so I'm just going to keep it in here. But we have this energy, okay? Maybe I'm getting like this is from your angels to just maybe bring some clarity to your situation, and maybe to just acknowledge like you're not alone in processing this. Like Spirit sees you, okay? We have the resting healer and the restricted relative. 4 of Swords and 8 of Swords coming out. A relative taking time to recuperate and reflect. And this is after a family member feeling trapped or limited in their situation. Okay. Your energy is that of the sun, the joyful child, a young relative who brings light, happiness, and positivity to the family. And, this is like, yes, to the family, but really I'm getting like to the world. Okay, and I'm getting like in the past, you've mastered, because of up close and personal interactions with this meddling energy. You've mastered the meddlers. Okay, you play them at their game. You hold the mirror up to the meddler. Okay, so let's see what wants to come out of this deck, though. I just heard, and I feel it's in relation to that energy, okay? And then I'm going to try and drop it, but it keeps making an appearance, so my apologies, but it's just, I'm going to be obedient to the energy that's coming through. But it's like someone is scared of what you'll say. We also have here the festive host, 4 of Wands, a person known for organizing gatherings and celebrations. I heard like you show people the way. You show people how to take flight, how to flutter themselves, and then you also show them like paths that they can take. You give direction. Okay, and we have coming out of this deck, okay, this is so beautiful for you and apt. We have the World, the Eight of Cups, Page of Cups, and Ace of Swords. Let me go over each of these with you. So you're someone who symbolizes for others completion and fulfillment in life. Okay, you're a highly celebrated figure. You're also known as the seeker, someone who leaves behind what no longer serves them. Okay, this is what people think about you. People also see you as the creative child, someone who's young or has a young energy with compassionate and imaginative nature about them. We also have Ace of Swords, deals with someone who is seen and thought of as insightful, a scholar, someone known for their clear and groundbreaking ideas. And 2, we have the diplomatic mediator, and this comes with the Two of Swords, a family member or just someone who helps resolve conflicts and make decisions. And as I say that, our candle's going out. It went out. On the bottom of the deck, we have High Priestess energy, okay? You're seen as someone who is very wise, someone who is known for your deep wisdom and your intuition, yes, but your intuitive guidance, okay? You're certainly a guide. Like, you're a guide for others. Even if you don't try, they think of you as that. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited for this next one. Oof. Okay, so we have the card Passion coming out, okay? People think of you as a very passionate figure. I was interested in, though, in how the reverse of this is addiction. You may be someone who's overcame addiction recently or just in the past. People think you are authoritative, yes, not tyrannical, okay? You carry a sense of authority within you just naturally. You're someone who shows up as very enthusiastic. 2, a very lucky figure. People think of you as someone who is lucky. A leader. People think of you as a leader. Someone who is safe to be around, trustworthy. Okay, someone who is very open. And I love this final card, birth over death. Okay, and I just heard rebirth. I'm getting the image of you exiting a cocoon. Okay, I feel like that's been recently. And I'm getting, there's something recently that you've taken responsibility of that may have been a burden in the past for you. I'm hearing 1844 on my timer as I say this, but sometimes people feel like you escape into your own world. It's like they can't find you. You may even be like right there, I'm getting, but it's like you're off somewhere else. I just heard, you know, it's like someone staring at a butterfly and thinking, what is that butterfly thinking of? Right now, I'm hearing people are viewing you as someone who's speaking your truth. Okay, we have Aries, Sun energy coming out. Okay, you're someone who has a healthy ego. You're being seen and thought of as a leader right now, okay? This card reads being in charge, decisive, independent, loyal, optimistic, impulsive. Unexpected income? Ooh. Okay, I just saw like money like raining down. Someone who inspires other to creative achievement. Someone who is thought of as adventurous. Someone who takes charge and initiates many projects. People see you as an initiator. Okay. I just heard like an engine starting up. You're very connected to your heart chakra. Okay, you've established a routine. I just heard poutine. That may be a food. I'm not really totally sure about that. There's something very elegant about you. Okay, and you are like really connected to your heart center. You show a lot of patience. People think of you as someone that has a lot of patience. And I'm hearing too, I heard this with, I've been hearing this a lot. I just heard proof is in the pudding. But the reason they're thinking this with you is because you have shown perseverance. And oh my gosh, this card too reads unexpected sources of money or income. Y'all, I just saw 4442. Time heals all wounds, this card reads. You're seen as someone who is reliable, patient, and conventional, perhaps. Trustworthy. I'm hearing you may actually... Ooh, this is interesting. When conventional comes up, though, it's like you may actually... You turn... I just heard turn on a dime, turn at the drop of a hat. It's like in your conventionality... It's like you utilize this in a peculiar way that draws people's attention. You're seen as and thought of as someone that's trustworthy, though, and hardworking. And you're seen as someone who's like marching towards a goal. Okay, you have inner strength. 8 may be like a number that you keep seeing. Or in like various forms. 888, 808, 818. Okay, I want to pull from the Oracle deck now, and then we will finish up your reading with some messages from the fishbowl. Okay, I'm feeling like, I didn't distinguish this on the first pile, but the messages from the fishbowl are certainly going to be from your angels, your spirit team. I'm feeling like your Oracle card, too, is like pertaining to that energy as well. Okay, this is the card we pull here. So this card reads... It's a 31st card. Okay. Hostilities, conflict, and unrest. The priestess in this card kneels next to a panther with her arms raised to the moon, drawing on the power of the light she holds in her hands. The panther is growling, baring its teeth in fierce protection, warning any intruders to beware. There may be a person or situation in your life that is abrasive or upsetting in some way. Or perhaps something coming in the near future might make you feel defensive. Either way, this card is telling you to gather your resources and turn to the guidance of your own divine light and courage. Become more conscious of the people or situations zapping your energy and your sense of power. There may be a family member, a coworker, or a draining obligation that has taken a toll on you. Even if it has gone on for quite a while, it's finally time to choose to protect yourself and your own energy. This choice may cause others to be upset or even hostile. You may be tempted to diffuse the conflict by giving in, but that old unhealthy pattern must be resisted. You don't have to give in to the habits of fear anymore, so don't shy away from conflict or unrest. You deserve to act on your own behalf. Be brave in the face of confrontation and know that you are capable of seeing it through to the other side. You have the fierce determination and strength of the panther within you, and the light of divine assistance is always on hand. An affirmation for this card is, I am strong and resourceful in any situation. I believe in myself and my ability to take charge. Okay, and I wanted to show you, I felt like this was related. I feel like this is past energy. Okay, 34. Loss, lack, fear, victimization. You're beyond this. And I'm hearing it's come at some expense, but it's connected you. It's like the reward is going to be greater than what it cost you. Oof. Oh my, that just gave me full body chills, y'all, and a car passed by on my street as I said that. And the reward is incoming now. It's not on its way, it's here now. Chills again, y'all. Okay, let's go ahead and pull messages from the fishbowl, and we will wrap up your message with those. Pile 2, your messages from the fishbowl literally made me say, whoa. So we have monster truck coming through here. This, by the way, if you guys have forgotten already, these are messages from your spirit team, okay? Monster truck, light forces, lead the way, 2020 vision, step through, and serving. Alright, pile 2, we are going to leave your messages off there for now. If you enjoyed that or it resonated on any level, don't forget to leave a like and your thoughts in the comments below. If you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, feel free to leave a butterfly or a grass blade emoji or even any emoji that calls to you. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Thank you so much for being here and for listening. Bye for now. Hello, pile 3, you zesty little creatures. we have for you today a very cool topic. I mean, I'm excited to get into what I got for you, okay? The prompt today is what people think of you, and I chose for your pile the agate crystal, okay? And these have been charged in the sun, so they got some solar energy behind them. We have messages from my meditation for you. We'll pull tarot as well as oracle cards, and we'll get some messages from the fishbowl. For your pile specifically too, some angel numbers come through, and I've also channeled a song. Jumping though into our messages for meditation, okay, people think that you may come off as dry emotionally to others at times, though at this moment I was getting the desert and sun iconography, okay? At this time, people see that you're focused on yourself and nourishing your path in your life, okay? I got the image of a bearded dragon, a lizard, a dragon, and a grasshopper mouse. The grasshopper mouse hunts and eats scorpions, okay? Even highly venomous scorpions. They're resistant to the effects, and they're not just resistant, okay? They turn the venom into painkiller, okay? And I remember one time I watched the documentary. I've only seen this mouse one time, and I saw it in the documentary. It, like, after it attacked the scorpion, it defeated the scorpion, okay? It, ate the scorpion. It went back to its den, and, outside of its little den hole, it did a howl. It was so cute. It did a little territory, victory howl outside of its, den hole. Okay, that is so cute. I also got the image of a cactus. The angel numbers that came through were 414. Okay, and I just wanted to say 2 on my timer as I say this. 414 and 616, numbers with 1 in between them, and then the same number on either side may be highly significant to you, okay? It's because you as an individual are highly guarded and protected in this moment by spirit. But 2 though, the numbers 444, 142, and 717 came through, okay? People think of you as someone who is highly resilient. You have a nocturnal nature, and people think of you and put you on a pedestal, okay? The view was from down below. It was sexual, or otherwise it defines your features in a sexually pleasant way. I was getting the image too of a full moon and a werewolf. Oh, and when it comes to this pedestal, it came through, you're everyone's type, okay? With this full moon and the werewolf, people think you are highly transformational. You may transform like clockwork, okay? I just heard clockwork orange. Okay, I don't want to go too much into what else came through from that. But we have, people think of you as a wolf, an alpha. There seems to be a pack that you belong to, and that pack feels exclusive, though right now people are thinking of you as a lone wolf. Okay, people think of you as someone that enjoys the calm, cool, quiet nature of isolation, and your nature itself is calm, cool, and quiet. Okay, now the song that we had come through, okay, was, you give off a very spooky vibe, okay? And people might think spirit is moving around you. Spirit moves and shifts around your 3D. 5D manipulates your 3D. People are kind of spooked out by that. The song that we had come through though is Just a Stranger by Kali Uchis. Okay? Pretty much the whole song. The lyrics are, she wants my $100 bills. She don't want love, she wants my $100 bills. She don't want love, she wants my hundreds. And specifically the verses, she's a hurricane, feel the earth shake. If the devil was asleep, she'd knock him wide awake. And if you were her, you'd never know, I think you'd do it too. But if it takes one to know one, you must not have a clue. So come on, baby, I don't ever judge, just wanna have a little fun. No, I won't be here for long. Some say I'm on the run. Go and say what you want. You're just a stranger watching from the bleachers, 'cause you can't take the danger. Okay, listen to that song. Okay, that song is like how people perceive you. Okay, that's what people think about you. They're like, you know, you're the kitchen and I can't take the heat. That's how it's coming off of. Okay, that's how it's coming off like. But people may have like tested, look how high this is. People may have like tested their ability to like put their finger to the flame, and they're like, oop, okay, never mind. Okay, 541 on my timer as I say that. You're someone who people look at and like they just see growth. Growth is like the epitome of you. Okay, I'm seeing a weed like grow through concrete. Okay, you know, you have a strength, a resilience to you. So let's jump over to tarot now and see what messages want to come through. You know, in regards to like the heat that you bring, it's like I'm getting like people think like, oh, I need to get to some shade, or oh, I need to get inside. It's too hot. It's too hot out here. Okay, you make people feel dehydrated. Okay, in that regard. So it's like people feel like in trying to keep up with you, they lose nourishment. Like it's people kind of can't keep up with you. Okay, 630 on my timer as I say that. You're seen as someone who's very friendly though. People think of you as someone that is warm, someone that has good intentions, and someone that brings joy and light to your and others' lives. There's actually someone coming through that wants to apologize. Someone that isn't over what happened. Okay. But look what's behind that. Bad news, sabotage, obligation, and envy. Okay. Let's just, I'm hearing the past is the past. I just heard you're not going to return that rock over. It's like, otherwise you just be out here rolling rocks. Okay. You're not going to roll rocks. Okay. 718. Sorry, I don't think I started recording in time, but 718 on my timer as I started that. And it's like, you acknowledged yourself and then stepped into like your personal magic is like the vibe this is giving off. And people are like perceiving this about you. And people that know, I'm hearing like things can't be undone because you're not going to keep rolling rocks. Like they may have intention to gaslight you because it's like their only chance at renewal with you because you've moved on. And I keep singing as I'm shuffling. I mean, over and over again. Okay. If the devil were asleep, she'd knock him wide awake. It's like there was definitely at least one devil, okay, in your life that you knocked wide awake. They were sleeping. Okay. People may look at you right now as someone who's apathetic, though honest. Okay. I'm hearing, though, you keep a cool nature about you. Like, you're not cold. You're just unbothered. That's how it's coming through. Like you're dealing with things and these things are bothersome, but though you remain unbothered. So that's what the apathy is coming through like. Okay, and we have revenge showing up. Okay, retaliation was sticking out to me there. So it's like someone is almost like thinking like, you know, I wanted to say considering. I think they're pondering ways, perhaps 848 on my timer, how to regain a foundation, how to shift your magic back to them and keep that as the foundation of this, like the dynamics between you two. Okay. Good Lord. You know, my awareness is being brought back to like the 414 and the 717 angel numbers and like any variation of that. So like 515, 616, although like 414 and 717 like specifically came through, but it's like I'm understanding like why you have this spiritual protection around you so heavily. In this moment, you require it. 929 on my timer as I say that. You have like an incredible amount of versatility right now. Okay. We have midheaven for both of these, but we have Taurus and Gemini. I mean, I don't think these are like your energy is very dynamic and people are thinking of you in that way. When it comes to your career, reputation, and public life, though, people are thinking of you as someone that's stable, practical, and like someone that is gaining, I'm hearing, and possessing material success. Okay, you're also seen and thought of as someone that communicates and pursues intellectual avenues. Okay, so it's like, yeah, dynamic is kind of the apt way of describing this energy, because it's like in all of this versatility and all this curiosity, you stabilize it. You stabilize it in practical ways. Okay, in bottom of the deck energy, we have North Node in Scorpio and Libra. Okay, something you're going through at the moment is cultivating harmony in your life. You might be seeking a partner or partnership in like business, developing diplomacy for yourself. You are certainly transforming, and people are seeing you as transformational. Okay, you're someone who's seeking like deeper meaning out of life, and through all of this, you've developed a mastery, really, I'm hearing, of resilience. Okay. I'm just seeing like the day and night cycle through the desert. And it's like you're in a phase right now where you're learning to like reincorporate like the cool of the night. Okay, not everything is about the heat of the day. And it's like you may have had to have been in like the desert during the day in a previous scenario, like exclusively. Okay, you had no like resolve, I'm hearing, or like there was no relief. You couldn't get to the night to get that coolness that you so desperately like need. Like a lot of the animals that came through for you are like nocturnal. I can't remember where. Okay. Nocturnal or like cold-blooded. It's like you deserve the coolness of even if you're basking in the sun, the coolness of a rock. And the grasshopper mouse is like a nocturnal animal. And with your wolves and werewolf, like I'm imagining them coming out at night. It's like you are in need of, at a soul level, that coolness. Okay, you're not something that's supposed to be like in the heat all the time, but you took up this position to make it through something. And like right now you're in a phase where you're incorporating both. You're starting to be able to cycle through both. Okay, it's like a cycle of day and night in the desert. You're learning how to cool off. And I'm just getting like there's gonna come a time where you can just rest in your like the nature of your needs. So it's like if you need nocturnal, that's all you're gonna get. If you need a rock to lay on during the day so that you stay cool while you're basking, that's all you're gonna get. Like whatever your needs are, this cycle is like the bridge that's bringing you to, eventually the heat of the kitchen is gonna wear off. You're not gonna have to remain so resilient. That's basically what's coming through. We have Rusty Key and Rusty Hook. So something that you used to have access to is like it's no more. Okay, and I'm getting like energetic hooks. Like it's like the vibe of like you went through like narcissistic abuse is what it's feeling like. Energy hooks. I'm being reminded of, I think their channel name is Aeon Moon, but they do a video on hooks, energetic hooks, and like what they are and what they do, and yeah, they like cover that in a video. If I can find that, I'll link that here. Oh my, when I was singing in my head the prompt to that song to the tune of Just a Stranger, I was like, what do people think of you in the tune of that song? And it came out, just a stranger. I was looking at these songs, or these cards though here, Rusty Hook and Rusty Key. It's like someone that used to have their hooks in you is looking at you like you're a stranger now. Okay, and I'm hearing it's all for the better. There's someone mowing their lawn in my neighborhood too, and it's coming through for me as like, you've cut something off. Something was like growing and nourishing on behalf, like it's like on behalf of themselves, but they were doing it on the back of you, and you like cut them off. Okay. People are thinking of you. Okay. We have 8 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and the Sun coming out. You're someone, people are seeing you and thinking of you as someone that's resting. Someone that was restricted though. Though at your core, 1515 on my timer as I say this, someone that is very joyful. Okay, you bring light, happiness, and positivity to everyone. Okay. You're being thought of as someone though that's taking time to recuperate and reflect after being trapped or feeling trapped and limited in your situation. And it's to reconnect with your light. Okay. You are thought of as someone that offers unique perspectives. You're someone who reflects on life. I'll have to look up what this song is called because I forget what the song is called, but I think it's by A Perfect Circle. I was hearing, counting bodies like sheep to the rhythm of the war drum. And then I was hearing like the little guitar riff. And pay no mind to the rebel, pay no mind to the rebel. It's like you may feel like you are knocking people out of your life left and right, but Spirit's wanting you to not focus on the chatter. Okay, I'm getting chills as I say that. Okay, just confirmation for you. Spirit is literally smiling down upon you at like the choices and the actions that you're taking and making. Okay? I just heard keep it up. Because while it looks like you may be on a war path, you're choosing peace. And just as I said that, we needed to replace our white light with, and I decided intuitively to replace it with a black, okay? And black is a color that absorbs like negativity, toxicity. So I think right now you are cloaking your light in darkness, okay? And it's to absorb all the negativity around you. And also it's to protect your light. And I'm seeing like there will be a time when you can uncloak yourself. Okay, 1717 on my timer as I said that. Okay, and there's like, I don't know if you can see. I'll try and show you guys, but it's like, there's like 2, it looks like glowing eyes, literally, in your candle. Okay, like, it honestly looks like a demon alien. I'm just getting from that, you know, it's like someone is studying you with like the worst of intentions. And I have to tell you, I was shuffling the same deck that we pulled from earlier somehow. I have no idea how it got in my hands again. Something's very subversive and slippery, and you can find yourself interacting with it before you realize. Okay, your spirit team is wanting you to know one of the ways that this thing gets its hooks in you again is by having you think about it. Okay, don't think about this thing. Think about, pay no mind to the rabble. Okay, it's how it gets you to engage and gives it energy. It fuels this thing more. Okay, the more you think about it. So don't think about this thing. Think solely on, and I love how soul, S-O-L, okay, think solely on your future, your path ahead, the path you're paving. Okay, and 1840 on my timer as I say that, it's like you focusing on yourself and your magic is creating your foundation and letting you start anew. Okay. Also, I'm hearing like you may feel like you're in a rush, okay, to accomplish something given like the energy of all this, but like that too is the energy of that thing that you need to let go of. Okay, know that you are on your timeline, your own timeline, and there is no rush. Okay, Spirit wanted to get that to you. Okay, you've reached a point of clarity. It's come possibly after heartbreak. I'm hearing 2, okay, I'm getting 2. You may feel rushed because there's like more time has passed than you realized, okay, and you became cognizant of that somehow in relation to something, okay, to do with this matter. And it's like that too is an illusion. It's an old and past timeline illusion. Okay, you're on a new timeline where that old timeline doesn't affect you. Okay, so don't think in terms of what happened on that old timeline. Think in terms of your new timeline. Okay, and I'm getting too, it's like someone's fearing like your ability to be like random in romance. It's probably, you know, this person that's watching you so intently. Oh my gosh, bottom of the deck, war. It's like if you were to, oh man. It's like if you were to bring in a random romance, it's like this person would like wage war is what's coming through. 2020 on my timer as I say that. Okay, so people are seeing you as at this moment empty, and how this is really coming through is you have cleared yourselves of any and all previous karmas. Okay, you are a fresh slate. You're being thought of as someone that's very fair. Okay, you are like you have a sunny disposition. This is you in the desert. Okay, like yes, things are looking hot, too hot for some, but this is the path for you. Okay, something is very near for you. Something that you've been planning for. Okay, something you've had patience on. People are witnessing this within you, okay, and it's going to be a success. Okay, and you're also being seen as someone who is very clean. Okay, and I'm hearing like, it's like in regards to your baggage too. It's like you don't have any karma. You've cleaned your slate. Like, that's like really agitating to someone. Okay, you have a sense of awareness. You don't have anxious. Okay, you have clarity. You're being seen and thought of as someone that's very strong. Oh, wow. On the bottom of this, it's tragic, but how it came out is comic. I'm hearing like, what is it? It's like it's like you understand like the comedy of the cosmos. I'm forgetting like the particular verbiage on this, but it's like, you find a way to find joy and happiness and even make light of everything, even things that you've been through that some may literally see as tragedies. You're ahead of the game, okay? You're showing up early to something. You're ahead of your time. You're being thought of as someone that is free from bondage. Okay, you may have been bound to something in the past. And you're being seen as someone that is forging your own tradition. Okay, you're not conforming. Bottom of the deck, we have action over impulse. You are directing your will and your energy in an intentional and mindful way. It's freaking people out. 2242 on my timer as I say this. Pulling this card is so nasty in a good way for you guys, pile 3. Okay, we have 7 of Pentacles coming out. This is solar plexus realized, okay? Taurus energy, okay? Positive energy, supportive energy. This card, the key word here is making investments, okay? Things coming to fruition. Hard work paying off. Harvest, rewards, profits, results, payouts. Manifestation of ideas or goals. Inheritance. Cultivation, growing, gestation. Okay? I'm hearing like in a symbolic sense you've been pregnant and now like I'm getting like your due date is near, okay? Nurturing, perseverance, patience, and planning. Okay? It's like, look at this. He's already planted his seeds. That's long gone because the whole bush is here. It's like you're about to pick the fruit. Bottom of the deck energy, okay? We have 8. Strength begins with a choice to be kind to myself. Okay, maybe that's something you had to choose to do. You're showing and coming off as and being thought of as someone that has and possesses a lot of inner strength, courage, bravery, confidence. You've tamed the beast within, okay? We're gonna move into some messages from an oracle deck, and I'll read from the guidebook for this, and then we will pull some final words from the fishbowl. Wow, you guys. So bottom of the deck, first of all, okay, courage, strength, fierceness, family. I'm feeling like you're connecting to your soul family at this point. Like I just heard forge family. Okay, 24 on my timer as I say that. We actually had 3 cards come out for you. We had 27, healing the heart, power of self-love. 21, guide, the illuminated path. And 52, hidden knowledge, Akashic records, silent understanding. I'm going to read from the guidebook just the first and last one. and then we'll get into messages from the fishbowl. Okay, so with this 27th card, we have Healing the Heart, Power of Self-Love. The Priestess of Personal Power brings you a message of hope and healing. Sacred geometry encases her upper 4 chakras, with the lower circle moving through her heart center. This represents the healing energy coming to lift you up and bring you true peace and personal power. This priestess reveals the inner strength you can call upon to overcome past heartbreaks that may have left you hurt and full of longing. The pain could be from a recent breakup, or it may be the lingering ache from a love lost long ago. The scars in this heart center might even relate back to misinformation or mistreatment in childhood. In fact, issues of rejection, abandonment, and even betrayal may be driving your present perspective on love. These past experiences have caused a shutting down reaction, an emotional resistance to love in spite of your mental desire for it. Now is the time to heal the old heart wounds and reverse the faulty conclusions that are actually blocking your desire. The circle of consciousness and thought represents your higher intentions where love is concerned. Within each powerful vortex of personal energy is the expanding strength of your relationship with yourself. You always have the choice to love and care for yourself, to vent your frustrations, and to take action on your own behalf. When you consciously release old fears and desperate needs, you will awaken the strong, autonomous person within. And your daily life force will project waves of joy and confidence, 2 truly irresistible energies in the universe. The affirmation with this card is, it is safe and comfortable for me to love and be loved. I live in my personal power, loving and encouraging myself every single day. Okay, and I was actually we are already running like nearly 10 minutes over what I was planning to do. So that's why I was like, well, to save time, we'll just get the first and the last message. And, I think the body of the message will be made clear. But you know what? Let's go ahead and read this second card for you guys, okay? This card reads, Guide. It's the 21st card, the Illuminated Path. The Priestess Guide on this card illuminates the path ahead with her right hand, the hand of action. On her left, the side of receiving, a wolf offers her guidance as well. This card is about your personal path, encouraging a deeper awareness of the choices coming up in your life. The wolf is a symbol of strength and freedom, and this is the core of the message on this card. You are free to create the path that lies before you, and you have the strength to see it through, no matter which one you may take. It's time to seek the wisdom of your own inner guide. Meditate and ask if a new or different direction regarding business, family, or personal matters is called for. Then muster up the courage and self-trust to take the necessary steps forward. This card could indicate the coming of a new teacher into your life. It may be someone who advises you in specific personal arenas such as education, nutrition, or finances. Or it could be someone who pursues a more spiritual path. Let yourself be open to the guidance and inspiration such new teachers can bring, together with the wisdom of your own inner voice. You will find the path before you becoming illuminated, and you will be ready to take your next steps with the clarity and purpose your eternal life deserves. The affirmation with this card is, I direct my own destiny in every way. I open myself to the loving guidance I receive from others, from the universe, and from within. Okay, and our final card here, it's the 52nd card. It reads, Hidden Knowledge, Akashic Records, Silent Understanding. The Priestess of the Lynx gazes at the world with silent understanding. Supernatural eyesight is attributed to the lynx, giving it the ability to see what is secret or hidden. Its tufted ears symbolize clairaudience, the ability to hear what isn't being said. This represents your power at this time. If you sit in silence, a deeper understanding will reveal itself. You will see what people are hiding from you, from others, and even from themselves. You will also be able to hear and comprehend their secrets. In fact, you may find that people share with you their hidden truths and troubles. For this reason, this card could also indicate a new career direction. Due to your deeper understanding and the willingness of others to open up to you, a profession like psychology, social work, or life coaching may be ideal. The lynx is also associated with revelation, mysticism, and wisdom from the unseen world. This means that you have unlimited access to the Akashic Records, the universal source of all information, including every detail of every life that each soul entity has ever lived. In addition to seeing your past lives and future potentials, you have the ability to understand the influence of your present, where all your thoughts, words, and actions become the causes of future effects. You are now able to bring a higher consciousness into your daily life and to receive all the diverse wisdom and inspiration that the Akashic Records offer. So spend some time in silent reflection, relax, and receive the information that is hidden from others. Trust your intuitive understanding, for the power of the links brings clarity and profound connections to the secret energy all around you. The affirmation with this card reads, I am blessed with intuitive wisdom. I receive helpful insight from the Akashic Records whenever I may need it. All right, you guys, that is very powerful. Let's jump into messages from the fishbowl, and then I will set you on your way. Your guys' energy, holy cow, very powerful, okay? So the messages that we received, okay, in a short time, and then we have very intentional, and wrapped inside this one, okay, was divine guidance. Then we also have pursued for the right reasons. For you, anything. And you guys, this is messages from Spirit, okay? Final message for you, Pile 3. Opened a portal. You have opened a portal. All right, Pile 3, we are going to leave your messages off there for today. If you enjoyed that or it resonated on any level, don't forget to leave a like and your thoughts in the comments below. If you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, leave a mouse, a sun, or a desert emoji. Or you can leave any emoji of your choice. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Bye for now.